Hello students, so welcome to the DBMS lab. So here this is the second video related to the DBMS lab, and in this video I'm going to explain you how actually we are going to type the programs in the SQL server. So there how we'll be executing the programs, how we'll be storing the tables, how we'll be going to create the database, and it moves on. So here first, before moving to the actual programs, so first we need to learn what are the different SQL commands which can be used. So we should be familiar with the commands which can be used and for our database, and how to get the required query results. So first, SQL commands, it is divided into four different parts. So that is data definition language, data query language, data manipulation language, and data control language. So in each of these parts, again we have some set of commands which can be used, so in order to get the required results for our queries. So data definition language means here we can create the table, we can alter the table, we can drop the table, we can rename the table, and we can truncate the table, and we can also comment the table. So these are the different commands which can be applied on the table. So if you want to create a schema, or if you want to create a database, or you want to create the tables within the database, then we will be making use of this create command. So once it has been created, if you want to make any changes to it, then we can go with the alter command. So once we are once we finished using that table, and if it is no more required, then we can delete it with the help of the drop command. And if you want to rename it, for example, if already a table with that name exists, then if you want to rename the table means, then we can go for the rename option. Truncate means we can actually truncate the values, or we can alter the values of the given table. So next command is comment. So this comment will be used in order to as in C language and other languages, if you want to comment some line, then by the side of it will be making use of a hash star. So in order to tell the user, make the user to understand better what actually that line means. So similarly here also we'll be going with this comment. So next part of SQL command is a data query language. So this data query language, it consists of a command called as select. So whatever part of the table, if you want to select, whatever values which are already inserted into the table, if you want to select, then we can make use of this command. So just if you want to select entire values whatever have been stored in the table means, just we are going to give select a star from whatever table you want to select from. So if you give like that, then whatever data or whatever values will be present in that particular table, everything will be displayed. So next part of SQL commands is DML, that is data manipulation language. So this data manipulation language is used in order to make changes in the table which is already been created. So here you can see what are the different commands. We'll be making use of insert, update, delete, merge, call, explain, plan, log table. So all these queries can be applied on the table which has already been created. So once this table has been created, and once we are ready to manipulate, then some permissions has to be given to the users of that particular table or that particular database. So for that purpose, we have some data control commands which can be used in order to ask the users, or in order to avoid the misuse of the tables from the users. So here we have two different types of commands. One is grant and the other one is revoke. So the grant command will be used in order to provide a special permission permissions to that particular user over that table. So revoke means we'll be taking back the permissions whatever has been already given to the user. We will be giving only minimum permissions for execution or for manipulating the queries over this table. So once we are familiar with the types of SQL commands, then it's time to move to the first experiment of our DBMS lab. So this experiment 1 states like this: consider the following schema for a library database. So we are there should be a database created with the name library. So in that library database we have to create the tables. So how many tables we need to create means book. So this book, it will be consisting of book ID, title, publisher name, and published year. So these are the attributes which has to be included in the book table. So for example, anywhere if we go in our libraries, so always the books can be accessed with the book ID. So whenever we are going to issue the books, we'll be making a note about what is the number given to that particular book. Each and every book will be having a separate book ID with which we can identify what book it is and what is the details about the book. So this book ID will become the primary key of our table. So each and every table, it will be consisting of primary key and secondary key. Secondary key is optional, but primary key should always be mentioned in our table. So in this table, book ID becomes the primary key. So primary key, it cannot be duplicated. So so the values will be different from each other. So that particular attribute will be considered as the primary key. So this is about the first table, book, and the next table which we are going to use in our library database is book authors. So this book authors table, it will be consisting of book ID as well as author name. So next table which we are going to create is publisher. So this publisher, it will be consisting of name, address, and phone number. So each and every publisher, it will be having the these are the three things which actually publisher should contain. That is a name of the publication, then address where actually it is located, and the phone number. So next table which we are going to create is book copies. So book copies, again it will be consisting of book ID, branch ID, number of copies. So the next is book lending. So if we want to issue the book, then what all things we have to note down before lending a book to some students or some person who is requesting for the issuing of the books. So this book lending, it will also be consisting of um, book ID, branch ID, card number, date out, and due date. Date out means so here date out, it means so when actually the book is being issued, and when due date means when actually it has to be returned to the library back. So all these things has to be considered in this book lending table. So the last part of the table is library branch. So where actually the library is located. If it has more than one branches, then what is the branch ID, and what is the branch name, and what is the address. So all these 6 tables has to be created in our library database before we are going to execute the queries, or we are going to work on the queries. So what are the queries being asked in this experiment means, the first query is retrieve the details of all the books in the library. So whatever books are present in the library, so all the details of all the books which are present in the library has to be retrieved. So for that we have the queries, and we'll be working on it, and we'll be getting the exact output. So I'll be showing you what is the output we are going to get. So Next query is get the particulars of the borrowers who have borrowed more than 3 books but from Jan 2017 to June 2017. So here in the query they will be mentioning some of the data, and according to that data only we have to insert the values before when we are going to create the table. If we are not inserting the values, then we are going to get